Let me tell you a story that starts with suspicion, spins into chaos, and ends with a public reckoning so brutal it left an entire neighborhood whispering for weeks. It begins on a quiet Tuesday morning in the suburb of Westbury Hills, a place where every lawn is trimmed to HOA-approved perfection, and neighbors watch each other closer than Netflix shows. A sleek black medical van pulls into the cul-de-sac. No sirens, no flashing lights, just silent urgency. Inside, two paramedics are racing against time to save a man named Harold Bexley, a retired engineer with a known heart condition. But across the street, standing on her porch in fluffy pink slippers and a bathrobe stiff with starch, is Loretta Cranston, president of the Westbury Hills HOA and self-proclaimed protector of the neighborhood. Loretta didn't see an emergency. She saw a threat. Now, Loretta wasn't just your average HOA president. She'd clawed her way to the top of the board after a bitter dispute over backyard chicken coops. Ever since then, she had made it her mission to protect the property values of Westbury Hills. Code for micromanaging everyone's lives, down to the color of their mailbox. So when this unmarked van pulled up twice, she didn't wait. She called the police. "There's a suspicious vehicle outside the Miller's place," she told dispatch. "Dark van, no plates. I think someone's being kidnapped." She didn't ask questions. She didn't walk over. She didn't even Google it. What she didn't know, what she refused to know, was that inside that van, Harold Bexley was in full cardiac arrest. His daughter, living hours away, had triggered the emergency via a real-time medical monitoring app. The van was part of a new government-backed pilot program, ICU on wheels, designed to beat traffic and bureaucracy to the scene when minutes mattered. Inside the van, lead medic Samira Cole was already performing intubation, while her partner Jake prepped the defibrillator. The monitors were screaming. Time was evaporating. But outside, Loretta was forming a one-woman barricade with her arms stretched like she was warding off the apocalypse. "This is a private community," she shouted. "We have rules." Jake glanced out the window, then back at the dying man. "We've got about 2 minutes to restart his heart, or he's gone." Samira didn't flinch. "Then let's move." They shocked Harold once. Twice his body jolted. A flicker of rhythm returned. Then came the sirens. 2 police cruisers screeched into the street. Officers leapt out, guns drawn, barking commands. One even pointed his weapon at Samira as she stepped out. Hands, raised palms, streaked with blood. "We're paramedics," she shouted. "This man is in cardiac arrest." Inside the van, Harold flatlined again. Jake was already administering compressions. One of the officers, Officer Grant, opened the van's rear doors and froze. His eyes widened when he saw Harold. "Wait, that's Mr. Bexley, my daughter's science teacher." That was all it took. Weapons went down, radios lit up. An emergency escort was arranged on the spot. And Loretta was already slinking back toward her porch, like she hadn't just delayed life-saving treatment by almost 7 minutes. At County Regional, Harold flatlined again in the hallway. The trauma team cracked open the crash cart and brought him back a third time. Barely, Samira and Jake stayed until he was stable. They filled out reports, debriefed hospital staff, and tried not to scream when the nurse informed them that the call had officially been logged as a possible kidnapping. Meanwhile, Loretta marched into the hospital 10 minutes later like she owned the place. She demanded to speak to the director. "I am Harold Bexley's wife," she declared, "and I want a full list of everyone who touched him." The receptionist didn't even blink, ma'am. "The people who touched him just saved his life. And they had to stop doing CPR because you called in a false report. So if you're looking for someone to blame, I suggest you start with a mirror." The waiting room went silent. Someone in the back snickered. Loretta shrank into a corner chair, seething. But the damage was already done. That same night, a neighbor uploaded a video to social media. It showed Loretta yelling at the paramedics blocking the van and arguing with armed police. Within 24 hours, the video had 600,000 views. By the end of the week, it had over 5 million. The comment section absolutely savage. HOA harassing. Our ambulances, CPR blocked by VIP slippers. She almost killed him with a phone call. Local news stations ran the story. Then national media picked it up. Loretta was now CPR Karen, and her name was trending for all the wrong reasons. And if you thought Harold was going to let it slide, you don't know Harold. When he finally regained full consciousness, Samira came to check on him. "You pulled through," she smiled. Harold's voice was rough, barely a whisper, but his first word, "Loretta." "You want to see your wife?" Samira asked. He shook his head. "No," he said. She blocked the van. Even semi-conscious, the betrayal had burned its way into his memory. Back in Westbury Hills, the HOA board was in crisis mode. A petition to remove Loretta from her position hit the community bulletin board. 48 out of 50 homes signed it in 2 days. Even the couple with the fake grass and the guy who still thinks crypto is a type of bread. Loretta tried to save face. She posted a statement in the community Facebook group claiming she was just trying to protect the neighborhood. Someone replied with a screenshot of the video and the comment, "From what cardiac arrest?" It wasn't long before Rachel Bexley Harold's daughter arrived at Samira and Jake's van. She brought them coffee and a letter. "From my dad," she said. "He still can't talk much, but he wanted you to have this." Inside the envelope was a handwritten note. "Thank you for not stopping, even when the world tried to." 2 days later, Loretta came to the Bexley house with a bag of cookies and eyes that couldn't meet anyone's. "I'm sorry," she said. "I didn't know it was him." Harold looked at her. "That's the problem," he said quietly. "You didn't want to know. You thought your fear was more important than my life." She stood there shaking. "What do you want me to do?" Harold didn't hesitate. "Step down from the HOA, then go volunteer at the hospital. Learn what it means to help without needing control." Loretta nodded. For once, she didn't argue. She resigned the next day. No farewell speech, no finger-pointing, just a silent exit from the stage she once ruled. And on the fourth morning after it all happened, the black van pulled back into the Bexley driveway. This time, invited. Neighbors stood outside. Some clapped, others waved. A child held a sign that read, "Glad your heart came back, Mr. Bexley." Samira wheeled Harold into his home, past the place where he nearly died, and into the place he still belonged. Jake looked around the street, then back at her. "You think we'll ever get another day like this?" She smiled. "I hope not. But if we do, we'll be ready. Because not all heroes wear capes. Some drive unmarked vans, blast through red lights, and fight like hell for the right to keep someone breathing. And maybe stories like this can remind us being cautious is fine, but being compassionate, that's what saves lives. What do you think? Have you ever had a run-in with an overzealous HOA? Or maybe you've witnessed someone put rules before reason? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your take on neighborhood power trips and how you think they should be handled.